everyone, we're going to continue with our story and we're going to read chapter 3. Oliver was startled, and Oliver was not a boy who got startled easily. "It's got a face," he said. "Of course it's got a face," said Iris. Oliver waved at the rambling owl. He said. "Hello," Iris told it. "He wants to know where you're going." The rambling owl watched them thoughtfully. It wasn't used to being talked to. It was years and years since it had spoken. It hadn't even realised there was anyone on his head until these small upside-down faces appeared. "Please," said Oliver, "I have to find those other islands. My mum and dad were on one. That's why I need to know where you're all going." The rambling owl opened its cave of a mouth. It cleared its throat with a crumbly rumble like masses of rock and rock shearing and shifting deep in the earth. "They are all going to Hallowed Shallows," it said, "for the night of the Seawigs." Oliver was starting to feel dizzy hanging upside down like that, and he sat upright. "What's a Seawig?" he asked. "Haven't you heard?" said Iris. "Every 7 years the rambling owls all gather together at Hallowed Shallows to show off their treasures. They love to collect things, you see, all the bits of flotsam that the sea washes up on their heads. They're very proud of their collections. On the night of the Seawigs, each of them wears a wig made of all its treasures it has gathered on its travels. The one with the finest wig is declared the winner. It is a great honour. Everyone makes a huge fuss of them. They become the chief island for the next 7 years, and they get to order the other islands about if they want to, and choose all the best bits of wig to wear for themselves." "I bet Thrumcap wins this time," said the island, "or Dimsey. They always have the best sea wigs. Of course, they have crinkly, complicated coastlines. All sorts of interesting things get stuck on them. Most of what washes up on my shores washes straight back off again. Look at me. All I have to show for my wanderings are a few bits of old rope and a stupid bird's nest." Oliver tried to think of something encouraging he could say that would cheer up the poor island, but it was true. Its wig was a mess. Its summit was mostly bold rock, with those tussocks of grass hair sprouting out here and there, and a rather lot of albatross poo, now that Oliver came to look at it critically at it. "Who are you talking to?" asked Mr. Culpepper, stalking importantly down on the beach. "And whose nest is he calling stupid?" "I don't even know whether I can be bothered making the journey," said the island went on in its deep, mournful voice. "You can't imagine the wonderful Seawigs which will be on display at Hallowed Shallows. And there I will be, with my bit of rope and my bird's nest. The others will laugh at me. Perhaps I'll just give it a miss this time." "No," said Oliver. He hung over the beach edge again. "You must go, or at least tell me how to get there so I can find my mum and dad." "Oh, it's not a place you could get to," Iris said. "Not on your own." She hung upside down beside him, with her wet hair dangling. "The Hallowed Shallows aren't a sort of place at all. They are the place where all the old things of the sea went to live once people in your world stopped believing in them. Actually, they are where I live too. Only I came out to find that optician, and I couldn't, and now I can't find my way home either." She blinked short-sightedly. Oliver thought he saw tears beginning to gather in her eyes. He fetched the oily length of nylon rope he noticed on the tide line yesterday. He tied one end firmly around the rock, then lowered himself down in front of the island's face. You can see just there. There's the eye. "Did you hear that?" he said. "We both need to go to Hallowed Shallows. Please, will you take us there?" "Oh, I don't know," said the island glumly. Oliver frowned, swaying in front of those huge eyes like a hypnotist's watch. "Look, do you have a name?" he asked. "Me?" said the island. "A name? No, some of the bigger rambling owls have have been mistaken for real islands by sailors and explorers who gave them the most splendid names, but no one ever noticed me. Not at all, said Iris. Well, someone put a sign on me once. I went to sleep for a few years near the mouth of a river. See the sign here? It says danger, submerged rocks. But it fell off. Anyway, I can't go around calling myself Danger, Submerged Rocks, can I? Well, you need a name, said Oliver, looking up at those craggy features, at the clinging barnacles and clumps of weed. I'm going to call you Cliff. Cliff, said the island, trying to figure it out. He sounded pleased. Cliff. Now listen, Cliff, said Oliver. How long is it till this Seawigs contest? See how much we got to go. We gather at the Shallows tomorrow night, said Cliff. Iris nodded. That's right. All the mermaid friends are going. They're going to perch on rocks and sing. It's completely lame. Well then, Cliff, said Oliver, you've got all of today and tomorrow to gather some really brilliant things to decorate your Seawig. We'll help. Will you? Sniffed the poor island, looking hopeful at them. Will we? Asked Iris. Of course we will, said Oliver. Let's think. What would be the best things you could possibly have on your wig? You've already got me and Iris and the inflatable dinghy. He's got an albatross too, said Iris. It can stand on the top and spread its wings or something. Excuse me, said Mr. Culpepper, coming over to peer over the edge beside her. I am a Dimitri Excellence, and I am a particularly fine specimen too. I'm not some funfair attraction. Spread his wings, indeed. He sniffed loudly. It seems to me that this island has gone to the dogs. It used to be such a nice, quiet place. Now I can hardly move for boys and mermaids. I don't like the sound of this Seawigs affair at all. It sounds like a lot of noise and bother to me. And we're going to stop there, and hopefully next time we'll find out what they're going to put on the island's Seawig. I'll see you then. Bye.